Oh my god. Hi guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Um I am actually kind of sick and I am leaving tomorrow, so I have to also pack, but I decided to finally shoot this video. Also, I'm using a mic and I am sick and I'm breathing weird. So I'm kind of scared that how it's gonna sound. I hope it's okay. First of all, say hi to my kitty. She's sleeping right here. I don't know how much you can see, but she's sleeping right. Wait, maybe you can see her better now. Yeah, she's sleeping right there on her flower pillow. Um, as you can see by the title, this is a Q&A video. I posted a story on my Instagram about a week or more ago, and I have been wanting to do a Q&A on this channel for a really long time because I have never done one, and I just post things here and I'm just like, yeah, I know my friends are watching, but for the people who have no idea who I am and just watch my video, this is for them to know me a little bit. Um there is no particular order to what I'm gonna go, like, to the questions. I'm just gonna read however they were put on the Instagram and whoever asked and just like answer that. But before that, I will give a little bit of intro just to put like context to everything. So, hi guys, I'm Sadiksha. You can call me Siri or Sid, just easy to remember. Currently, I'm in my childhood home. I was born in, oh my god, my fringes are kind of killing me, but I'm not gonna look at myself. I was born and brought up in a state in India called Rajasthan. Um, I've done most of my education, not most of my education, what am I even saying? In I was here in my hometown till seventh grade. And then I was sent to a boarding school in Dehradun, and then I was there till from 8th to 12th, and then COVID happened, and then I was home for a bit, and then I joined Delhi University, Gargi College for my undergrad, and then I was living in Delhi after the lockdown got lifted. That's 2022. Also, I graduated from school in 2020. So right, like literally right when COVID happened, my exams were going on, so my geography paper got cancelled because of COVID. But yeah, I was home for a year and a half after that, and then my colleges finally opened physically. They were going on online, which sucked because nobody cared what was going on online. So, um, yeah, so then I shifted to Delhi in 2022, and I was in Delhi till 2025, till I did my college and I worked there. And then in 2025 March, I got to know that I have been accepted to the new school for media studies for my masters, and I shifted back home for a month. And then August 2025, I flew to New York, and now I'm going to go back for my second semester. So that's a little bit of context about my education. um yeah, if you were to ask me where I'm exactly from, um my mom is I kind of like, both my parents are half Nepali, but then the other side is different. Like my mom's dad is from Uttarakhand, so he's Garhwali for Indians who get the context, and my dad's mom was from another state of India. So it's like both of them are half Nepalese, so that makes me half Nepalese. and I've spent most, like, my paternal grandparents passed away before I was born, so I've spent majority of time with my maternal grandparents, especially my grandmom, who's still healthy and living, who's like, she's a pure Nepali. So that's why I connect to that culture the most, because I spend the most time with her out of all the grandparents. So that's about that. Now I'm gonna go ahead with questions because I don't want to make the intro too long. Because I did go through the questions and some of them are like deep. So I know I'm gonna keep yapping for a while. So let's get started. Also, guys, happy New Year. Okay. Question number one. Um, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? I remember the same question getting asked by the last full time job I did, or like the owner of the company. He asked me, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? And I told him that I don't know for sure, because I don't want to keep myself locked in that, oh, like, I see myself in this particular area in next 5 years. Because as growing up, I've realized, like, things are so uncertain, and there's so many things that are existing right now that will not exist 6 months later, and things that don't exist at all will be something major 6 months later. So I don't have a very particular goal that way of how I see myself in next 5 years. What I want to know is I'll be working my dream job, and I'll be earning, because I am a shopaholic, and it's very, very, very burdensome to buy things when you're not earning yourself. So I really, 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 like, in next 5 years, that's when that's like 2030, and I will be 30 by then. So I'm hoping I have a job that pays for everything that I like to do, and I don't have to. I'm not afraid to work hard. So I hope I have a job which helps me pay everything I want, and also help my mom to pay off the debts that she has taken because of me. And I also see, like, I wish I am on a, like, I am still in New York, or if not New York, maybe like some pretty metropolitan city. I am hoping not India, but yeah, that's what I see myself in the next 5 years. Like, definitely my own apartment, and like living my life with my own money, and able to spend it without thinking about what am I gonna do if, no, not that. Like, just spending the money and not thinking about it too much, because, like, I'm earning enough. Okay. Question number two. What's an advice you would give to the younger version of City? Hmm. I don't know. Honestly, I've been such a I don't know. I have grown in such a different way than what I don't know how to explain this, but I have always done what I thought was right, and I've had good and bad times as in school, and just like everybody has their own struggles, and I have learned, like, I know for a fact that how I have learned from every experience, and which is what has made me who I am today, and I am really proud of myself. So honestly, I wouldn't want to change anything that the younger City thinks. I just want, because she's always been this person who's always thought, like, no matter how life is, it's gonna be okay, and it's truly that way. So I think I'm just gonna tell the younger City to just, like, be the way you are. Next question. What's your favorite thing about NYC? Um, okay, so I would say that like, I had a different I had a different NYC version in my head before I went to New York. Like I thought it, like I was like, I know it's gonna be very busy. I know it's gonna be like lots of like overstimulation in my head for it. But honestly, after being there, I realized that it's not that way. Except for like some touristy areas, like Manhattan itself has such a peaceful vibe, mostly for me, especially in the area that I live. And I just love, love, love walking outside because you can't do that in India, especially in Delhi. No, you cannot. You cannot walk outside. A, the pollution. B, people would be looking at you. C, the roads are just not meant for you to walk. So my favorite thing about NYC at the moment is definitely that I can just like get out of my house and walk. I can just keep walking without thinking about anything. Not when it's super cold though, which was like right now because it was snowing in January and December. But I'm so 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 excited for NYC summer. Next question. Favorite accessories? Uh I don't know if you mean favorite accessories that I have, or you mean favorite accessories in general. And I also don't really have all of my accessories here if I was to give, if I was to show that, but I can definitely say that I just love accessories in general. That's why I have like so many piercings in my ears because I just love to accessorize it. And I think I'm big on rings and necklaces. I mean, if somebody was to ask me what's your favorite accessory, I don't think I could answer it because I just love to accessorize, whether it's a charm on a lip balm or a phone charm or a nose piercing or a septum or earrings or clips or a bracelet or a necklace. So yeah, I don't think I would be able to answer it, but I think I'm definitely one of my favorite accessories currently that I own. I honestly cannot choose. Okay, I think I'll choose. Okay, I don't mean to show you guys the middle finger, but this is a heart shape ring watch that I recently got. I think this is currently one of my favorite rings. So I think that's gonna be my answer. Plus, I'm also in a very, I think I've always been in a pink and purple phase. My room is literally painted pink and purple, but currently it's just even more. Next question. Okay, it's not a question, it's camera haul. Okay, so I was thinking of not doing this, but I'm just gonna give you guys a quick haul. For context, I love doing photography. I would love to turn it into a career as well. I am very much into videography, photography, and photo walks and all of that, which is why I just like really like collecting cameras as well. The camera that I'm shooting on is the Canon M50, which is one of my favorite mirrorless DSLRs, and it actually stopped working 2 years ago because I went on a mini trek with my mom and I fell in the water and my camera was in my bag, and so did, like, it stopped working. And for some reason I came back home for the break, and I'd given the camera for fixing, and that person, like the store person, had said that it cannot be fixed. So I told him to just keep it because, like, what am I gonna do of like a camera that doesn't work? And then I had given him my another camera to fix, and for some reason he sent this camera and he said that this is working now. So good for me, because yeah. So to replace this, I had bought a Fujifilm XS20, which is back in New York right now, so I cannot show you guys that. But I can show you guys my other cameras, especially the two recent cameras I bought. First, I have this Sony Cybershot. This is honestly my favorite camera at the moment. It's so cute. It's like a 2003 model, and the flash is super powerful. And I just love the whole look of this camera, and I got it for a really, really, really cheap deal. So this is one of my recent cameras. I also got the same day I got this. I also got this Canon digital IXUS 80IS. It's brown color, and this one is also a really good camera, but I'm not really sure if I want to keep it. I just bought it because I know it's a really good camera, but I am so satisfied with the digital look of this one that I don't know if I want to keep it, because I also recently had bought another camera in New York, which is also really good. It's waterproof, and the flash quality for this camera is also really good. I got it on Depop, and this one is Olympus Stylus Stuff. And I can go about this all day, but I also have this. Like, honestly, this camera is definitely the best digital camera um, ever. I got this when I was in ninth grade from Dubai, and this is a Sony Cybershot again, but this is how this looks. Oh my god, I don't think. Yeah, this is how it looks, and the screen goes up like this. I remember shooting some of my YouTube videos when I was younger on this, and it also has a great flash. The only problem with this one is there is some issue since it's old. There's some issue with the zoom in and zoom out of this camera, which is why I don't use it as much. And also, like, it blurs out a lot. Like, the focus has some issue. So maybe next time I come home, I'll get this fixed, because this camera is solid. You know how like Canon GX, it's like the it camera for the influencers, for that crisp quality. I feel like if this camera gets fixed, it will give you that. Next up, I have my Yashica 35 mm film camera manual. This is actually the first film camera I ever got, I think in 2020. And this is where my film photography started. But with time, I started to use this lesser because I do not have a flash, and this requires a flash, which is why when I got this point and shoot film camera, I was really satisfied with it because it has the flash in it is really good, and it's also handy, and it's also sturdy, because the other Yashica film camera is not sturdy. Like, it's really fragile because it's like super old. It's like from World War II era. So this one is a Pentax ESPIO 200, and this is definitely my go-to film camera. Like, you'll be seeing me with this all the time. And we'll come down to the last two. um this is my handy cam that I had given to get fixed, and this is definitely my favorite camera of, like, this is my prized possession, because I am a sucker for VHS quality footages, and this camera is perfect, and it's so handy, it's so cute, it's just perfect. She's perfect, look at her. And last up, we have my Polaroid camera in purple. This was actually gifted by my roommate when I was leaving my Delhi apartment to go to New York. So thank you, Tiasha. This is a purple Instax 11 mini. Um, I remember I had a similar model in aqua blue, and somebody had borrowed it for a shoot, and when I got it back, it wasn't working. So I was kind of traumatized, and I didn't buy a Polaroid after that because I was so terrified. But yeah, that's my camera haul. Okay, next question. Girl, how do you pair your things so well? Love your outfits. Fan since 2024. Oh my god, thank you so much. Um, I feel like I love experimenting with colors a lot. I don't really experiment with silhouettes that much. Because uh, I feel like I will experiment with silhouettes now. Honestly, living in India, s- experimenting too much did make me a little bit afraid. Like here, because people they're just like, I don't know, people judge you. Plus, more than people judging me, it's about like the utility of the outfit and just the comfort of like going out in it, and will that work out or not. But I feel like now that I'm in New York, the weather is always so good, so I feel like you can experiment. Like the chances of experimenting with the textures and fabrics is so much more out there. So I'm definitely going to experiment way, 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 way more. But yeah, so I would experiment mostly with colors. And I've always, always, always liked wearing a lot of colors. And sometimes things don't make sense to you, but when you put it on, it's just mostly about how you carry it and what confidence you have. And sometimes, honestly, some of my outfits would be so weird, but I'm just confident wearing them, so they would look good on me. So that's mostly how I pair my things, just with my confidence. Because I'm like, I know I'm gonna eat it up, so I do. Tell us about your campus crush. This is my best friend typing it, and I am not gonna talk about it much because um there isn't much to talk about it. There's just this. So I live in the dorms, and there's this guy that I saw on the streets, and then I saw him in the dorm, and then I saw him in the gym, and I was like, oh my god, destiny. And my 2026 goal is to like actually speak to him, because what am I afraid of? So that's it. Like I have no there's no context about him. I don't know anything about him, so there is nothing to tell about him. Next, detailed take on NY fashion. Okay, interesting question. Um, I honestly feel like when you are in, especially in Manhattan, you can see a very much city person look on people. And I have also like seen myself evolving into that fashion now. Before going to New York, I was much more cottagecore esque and like soft curl and skirts and stuff. But after going to New York, I actually had to buy a pair of jeans, and I haven't worn jeans in ages, but I just had to for New York for the because I personally feel like when you're in like India, especially, I'm just gonna compare my lifestyle to Delhi. So when I was in Delhi, nothing is that far, and you always take Uber or metro, which is also like not that far, or autos. And like you go, for example, if I want to go to a cafe, I'm gonna go to a cafe, and then I'm gonna be there for a while, and then I'm gonna come back to my house. But when you're in New York, I feel like once you step out of your place, you know you're not gonna come back till the end of the day. And you're also gonna be walking all day if you're out all day. So you have to wear something that's really practical. And that's what I see most of people's outfits like. It is practicality, but with style. And New York fashion is not very flashy, again, because practicality comes into it. And you will see people are really much into statement things, and you can tell that, oh my god, like this person has taste, because they will have like a basic outfit, like a cute tank top and jeans, but they would be wearing like the coolest shoes ever, or a very basic outfit and a really, really, really chic bag that's like a collective. So I feel like in New York, you cannot really tell who's into fashion and who's not, because the fashion is not flashy. It's like it's actually like, oh, like you have taste. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. Whoa. Next question. What's your dream job in New York? Hmm. Definitely continue like as a big YouTuber is definitely one of the dream jobs. But I would never make this as my main thing. I would love to have like multiple things that I'm doing, and being a creative director and stylist for a good brand in New York is actually a dream. So that answers the question. What led you to study what you're studying right now in New York? Okay, so I'm studying media studies at the new school, Parsons School of Design. And honestly, for the longest time, I wanted to study film, and I wanted to study film since undergrad, but I was a little bit afraid if this is just a hobby or if this is something I want to pursue for the rest of my life. That's why I just like did English and history for my undergrad. And then when I was applying for my masters, I got like suggestions by people that since I don't have experience in the industry, it's better if I take up a course which is more theoretical, because I'm like coming from a null experience. And it did click to me that it is kind of true. So that's when I was like maybe I should go for more theoretical subjects, so that like somewhere in between theory and practical, like it's not just me making films. Because for me to go to a school where I'm just making films, I really need to have a background for that, and I didn't have that. So I was like, yeah, maybe I should go to a school where I'm like studying about how it's done. What's your take on living abroad and in India? um Honestly, yes, things are way 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 cheaper in India, but the experience in living in New York is really it makes me feel good, because like I love being an independent girl, and being in New York just makes me feel like everybody's doing just their own shit, and like everybody's just trying to make it work. And I kind of fuck with that. How is your favorite faculty? Tell us about them. um I honestly just had three professors, and I had one class online which kind of sucked because I was really unattentive in that class. I just cannot with online classes. And that too also, it wasn't online. It was like it was online but not in like a Zoom way, an online class that, oh, like asynchronously like things are happening and I just have to post about it. So it wasn't really even a class. But the other two classes I had, my professors were actually really, really, really good. One of them, she is the head of my department. My camera actually stopped recording, so I had to stop midway and then take a break. But we were continuing on the question of my favorite faculty. So yeah, so one of my faculty teachers for this semester, she was actually the department head, and she was really, really, really sweet. And my professor for media theory, he is definitely one of the smartest people I know. So they were really good, and I'm really, really, really excited for my next semester, because we had more freedom to choose subjects for this semester, and I'm just like excited. Next question. How much do you spend in a week living as a student in NYC? Um, a week. Honestly, it really depends on the lifestyle that you're living. I feel like if you are really just cooking at home, it's not that much, because you can take your weekly groceries, and you can buy your weekly groceries for about $7 to $80, and I'm saying it a lot. Like I'm saying it in a bigger amount, and seven like around 6 to 7 thousand rupees for a whole week, and you can make your food for all the meals. So that's for the groceries, and then the travel, especially like if you're living near campus, in the dorms, it's just walking distance, so there is no money in that as well. So mostly for me, my money does only go in food. I don't shop big things as that much. I just like sometimes buy small like trinkets and stuff like that, but don't shop like really expensive things like ever. So a week, I mean, I feel like food is the only main thing. Like if you're eating out for the whole week, then obviously it's gonna go, it can like go anywhere to like 10,000 to 50,000 of you just eating food outside. But if you're like actually cooking at home, you're saving so much money, and your health is also not on stake. If you had to describe your college crush in one word, what would that be? My friends are so funny because like why the hell do you have to ask me these questions for a YouTube Q&A? But if I was to describe my crush in one word, it would be two words. Kento Yamakaze. Kento Yamakaze is a Japanese actor who he kind of resembles at like. Can you let us know your process to get into Parsons? Um so basically I was with this counseling agency called Rustam, and I got to know about them through my another friend, my school senior, who actually also went to Parsons. And my plan was not to go to Parsons initially. I really, for the longest time, I wanted to go to NYU. Unfortunately, I couldn't get in because it's like way tougher to get in there. Um, but yeah, I was just with them. Um, and they helped me throughout the process with like SOPs and portfolio building and letter of recommendations, and like they guide you really well. On the other hand, you can do these things on your own. It's just that you like, if you're 100% sure what you want to do and where you're applying. So mostly all the details are available on this college, on the like particular college portals. But if you're like a little confused and you're like, I'm not sure what would be the best place for me, and I don't know, like, the best courses for me and stuff like that, then you should definitely like consider counseling, because that would help. But if you're like concrete, it's really easy because most of the things just require your resume, your SOPs, that statement of purpose, so essays for why you're doing this course and why you want to do this course from this particular college. And then letter of recommendations, if you have worked, the letter of recommendations can be from your colleagues, your boss, your manager. If you have just graduated from college or school, the letters of recommendations can be your professors, your, yeah, basically your professors. Or just like if you did curricular activities, like the head of your photography club, like the professor who was the head for the photography club, so just like letter of like recommendations is that. And depending on what kind of course you're doing, if it's a more heavy art course, then definitely your portfolio is very important. For me, more than anything, what was important was my resume, because I had work experience and I have been working in the similar field, that's like social media management. So I had been working in the similar field, so it was easy for me to get into the new school and also get a bunch of like financial aid since I had the experience. What, who would you trade? I don't even know what question we are at, so I'm sorry. Who would you trade lives with if you get a chance, and why? Hmm. I This is a very complicated question that I've actually never thought of this. I've actually never thought that, oh, I wish I could have been this person, because it's like you just see a person from outside, because you don't know what's really going inside, and you don't really know the struggles and things people have gone through. uh Honestly, I don't know how to answer this question. I mean, if I was to trade with somebody, I think I definitely would want to trade with somebody who was um Honestly, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't have an answer for that. I'm sorry. Next. What is a non living thing you wish to be present in New York? Um, okay, a non living thing that I wish to be present in New York would be the the rate of things as in India. Like a packet of chips is like 20 rupees. So like I would want that it to be like under a dollar. So definitely like the currency, I wish the currency was the same. Because it's dollar is so much more expensive than INR, and thank God I have a campus job this year, this semester, so I can earn in dollars and spend in dollars. But like having INR and spending it in dollars is hella expensive. So definitely the currency being the same as INR is the one thing, one non-living thing. Now, these are all the questions from Instagram. Now my friend who's off Instagram gave me this paper filled with questions. So let's go ahead with these. Okay. What's your current obsession that you could talk about for an hour? Hmm. My current obsession. Huh. I feel like lately I have very like I've always been like a person who's observing more, but lately I have been like I've always been a person who like would observe a lot, but people wouldn't really think of that because I'm a yapper and I'm a very extroverted person, and it's kind of an image that if you're an extroverted person, then you are not that observatory. But it's not the same way for me, and especially as I'm growing older, I tend to save my energy by not yapping with the people I don't think I want to yap to. So I've been like more observatory, and lately, like just what like I can very easily read people lately, and it could be just like from the experience of knowing so many people and then seeing the way they react to things and stuff. But I feel like lately I've been reading people a lot, and I can actually talk about people's personalities, traits, and why they did that thing and why they shouldn't have done that thing, or what might have gone in their head. Yeah, kind of random, but that's that. What's the biggest expectation you had from NYC that turned out to be totally different? Um, Definitely I expected people to be more like fashion to be a bigger thing. Like the fashion, so I could only compare the fashion scenes to Tokyo because I've been to Tokyo in 2024, and seeing people dressed up there was insane. So I did expect like people in NYC to be a little more like on trend, and like there are people mostly like that, but there are also like people who are just like, especially people are like my age in New York, there you wouldn't find, I mean, people are burnt out and I get that, but people are very much like, oh, I'm done, like I'm just doing it for it to done. And I feel like me being in New York is such a big opportunity for me, and I wish I had like more people around me who were as happy to be there as I am. Because like energies do really transfer, and if I have somebody around me who's not like happy to be here and not satisfied to be here, then someday I'm also gonna be that way. So yeah, I feel like just like the opportunity for be like I felt like everybody who's in New York must be like, yeah, like New York, concrete jungle, but like people are just like, yeah, like whatever. And I'm just like, it's not really whatever, it's like everything to me. Okay, next up, since you are a people's person, what are your thoughts about adult friendships and relationships, romantic and platonic? So, my friend knows how much I've been struggling through this after, especially moving from one place where I had a safety net to moving to another completely new place where I have like so many people who are friends with me, but I'm like struggling to really understand what's really going on. Um, I feel like relationships should be as clear as water. Whatever you're feeling, your friend should know, and it should be vice versa. Because like it's really not gonna, because like it's a relationship, it's like two people are involved in one particular thing, so it cannot be like I cannot keep my thoughts to myself and it's something to do with us, because that's really not gonna help. So I feel like clarity is so important and good for a relationship, whether it's platonic or romantic. And I try to be that way. I try to be as honest as possible, even if it's like hurting me. And I know if I tell my friend, it's gonna hurt them that it was hurting me. But what am I gonna do by keeping it to myself? If NYC was a person, then how would you describe your relationship so far? Honestly, I think we have a pretty good relationship. Like, I wouldn't say we're best friends. I'm sorry, guys. I have a cold. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't say we're best friends, but it's definitely that friendship when you know that you become friends with somebody and you know this is gonna last long, and you just like love spending time with each other, and you try to get as much time as possible to spend time with each other. That's me in New York, baby. Oh my god, the amount of questions he's written. One, two, three, four, five. Okay. Last five question, guys. I hope this video is not too long. And like I really wanted to shoot this video in my room because I just love my room, and like just the like it's such a safe space for me. So what version of yourself are you actively leaving behind this year? Um Definitely procrastination. Um and oh my god, I tend to start things and I tend to leave them in between if I get a little bit distracted. Like, for example, I've started going to the gym. I'm going to the gym. It's been like 10 days, and suddenly one day I don't have the will. Okay, I tell myself, it's okay, girl. It's okay to take a rest. It's okay to take a break. And the break doesn't break after that, because I'm gonna be like, next day I'm gonna be like, oh, maybe one more day. Or if it's like a Friday, okay, like I'll go from Monday, and the chain never breaks. And like, yeah, okay, I do end up going on maybe on a Tuesday, but then I will like the chain keeps breaking then. So I really like, I really don't want to be this person, and I have been put this person for a really long time, that I really start something, and like the consistency, once the consistency breaks, it's really difficult for me to get it back. So I need to just like get this shit out of me. Like, if it's like the moment I take a break, I need to pull myself up again. So this is definitely a version of myself that I want to crumble and throw and leave and burn it. Sorry. What's a belief that you hold? What's a belief that you held strongly a few years ago that you have changed since your mind? What's a belief that you held strongly a few years ago that you have since changed your mind about? Um, I can't really actively think of something, but definitely one thing that I think I would have done in the past and I wouldn't do it anymore is that giving people like second chances. Like if somebody has broken your heart one time, I feel like they tend to do it again because they have the power. If they have the power over you, if they have already done it once, they know that, and you've forgiven them, then they would do it again because they know that you might melt down and forgive them. So I feel like people don't really change. You are the same. You are the same route, and you either go left or right. You're never gonna be a different plant. So what's a very small thing that brings you ridiculous amount of joy? This question my friend also asked me in person, and I feel like it's definitely my cat. um I cannot live without her, and it's really difficult for me to live without her in New York. But like, I'm so happy because I know how much love she gets at home by my mom and my sister, and she's so happy. Like, I was so sad to leave when I was leaving for New York because that was like the first time me leaving her since I got her. But like, right now, obviously, I'm gonna miss her, but I know how happy and healthy, touchwood, she is here, and she gets to run around and she has sun basking and she has plants and she's everything that a cat should deserve. So definitely my cat. What's the most chaotic or unexpected thing that's happened since moving to New York? I feel like there aren't much chaotic things happening because I live a very peaceful life there. But me throwing up during Halloween was one of the insanest thing ever because the amount of throwing up I had to do was crazy. And we were at the restaurant and I was super drunk, and I had also chugged, like, I had not chugged, I had like literally hogged on treats that I found during trick or treating, and I puked it all out at the restaurant. And my friend Cece, I'm so thankful that she could, like, in that moment she didn't think anything, she just paid the bill and she's like, Sid, let's go, let's go, let's go. And then I just kept throwing up on the footpath as well, and like it was a lot of throwing up. So that was definitely one of the most chaotic nights of mine in New York, and I wish for it to never happen again. Okay, a last question. What's a soft skill that you are secretly proud of? uh I don't really know what is gonna come under soft skill, but I love I don't really know what's gonna come under soft skill, but something that is something I uh I'm gonna look up the internet for what all is soft skills, because I don't want to say something and that doesn't make sense. Because like, not me saying that, oh my god, like I love my soft skill that I'm secretly proud of is like I have a kind heart. Like, fuck no. What if it doesn't mean any of that? Okay. Soft skills. Okay. Personal attributes. Okay, key examples: communications, interpersonal, personal attributes, cognitive skills, and leadership. Okay, I think these are like really basic ones. And I don't, okay, I think I'm really communicative, and all my friends know that, so that's not a secret. But I think definitely, if I was to choose from these, it's about, I would choose leadership because I do have leadership skills and I don't like to brag about it. And honestly, those that skill keeps me going. Like, I don't seek motivation through anybody but me. And like, I don't seek for anything actually from anybody but me, because like, I'm like, I gotta like be the most idealistic version of myself. Yeah. that's enough for this video. I feel like this video is gonna be anyways really long, and who's gonna sit through and hear me yap? If you do, I love you. All my blessings to you. You're gonna have the best 2026 ever, and definitely I'm so excited to make videos. I'm so excited that my handycam is fixed and I'm gonna like shoot content. Like YouTube is definitely in my 2026. Like we're gonna be here, we're gonna meet as often as possible, that you're gonna think that I'm in your dreams. Also in your dreams podcast is so nice. Like I love the whole concept of it, and if I lived back home I would love to shoot the podcast on this bed because it would give that vibe. Anyways guys, that's genuinely it for the video. I gotta stop. So do you guys want to meet my cat? Oh God. Hi guys, this is Ponyo. Wow, that was me. Oh, she spoke. Thank you for watching guys. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Oh, yeah.